All right, I don't really stage homes. I work with professional staging services, but it is such a common question on pretty much every single one of my listings that I thought I should really make a video about why we're staging homes. All right, the first question that I get from pretty much every listing client is, should we stage, and is staging actually worth it? And the short answer is absolutely yes, no doubt about it. Staging your home delivers reliable and repeatable results, and we see this here in Milwaukee all the time. But there is also a study from the NAR that shows that professionally staged homes are selling 3 times faster, so that saves you a lot on holding cost. And they also sell at a minimum for 6% more, which is actually a huge amount of money. All right, here's the catch with that NAR study. They are comparing professionally staged homes that have a total wow factor with homes that are either horribly staged or are totally vacant. So yeah, of course, you're getting a big discrepancy, but at the end of the day, even if you only get 2 or 3% more, or if your home is selling faster, it more than pays for the cost of staging. If you're looking for more evidence, look at professionally flipped homes. They are always staged because professional home flippers know it makes a difference. The second question is, do we need to stage the entire home, or can we focus on certain areas of the house? Especially in a big home, that makes a big difference. I can tell you from experience from working with buyers for over 10 years that most people will at least subconsciously already form an opinion in the first 30 to 60 seconds after they're stepping foot into the door. So the first impression really matters. We need to have absolutely a wow factor when you come in. Then of course the kitchen is very important. The living room is very important. That's where we're portraying a certain lifestyle. And then last but not least, obviously the primary bedroom, like this one behind me. The next very common question is, what happens to our own furniture if you guys are coming in and professionally staging our house? And the answer is, it really depends on how your furniture looks like. It is sometimes really the hardest thing to sit down with the seller and having to explain to them that some of their favorite furniture pieces are actually not doing them a really great favor when we're bringing the house on the market. So in many cases, we end up with a hybrid approach. Our stager is helping us identifying individual furniture pieces or rooms that should be swapped out or professionally staged. And then we bring in some furniture, and the stager is going to help you to organize everything, work with your existing furniture, and present everything in the best way possible, maybe even supplement it with some art and with some accessories. Another really important consideration is that the style and the design of the staging material needs to be totally in line with the type of property that we're bringing to the market. And it needs to speak to the buyer that we're targeting. For example, an ultra-modern condo in downtown Milwaukee will require completely different furnishing than a more traditional 1980s built family home in Brookfield. That's the reason why I like working with larger professional staging companies, because they have a warehouse full of art, furniture, and accessories that we can draw from, so we can make sure the staging is right on trend every single time. And finally, the question that I think you've been waiting for: how much is this going to cost? Well, of course, this is not easy to answer, and it depends on a lot of different factors. How big is the home? Do we have furniture to work with, or do we have to bring in everything? Obviously, it includes the design, the setup, and then the rental period for the furniture. And then they have to come back and break everything down again, load it up in the truck, and bring it back in the warehouse. So I know that you really want me to put a number out here, and I'm going to go with, over the last 10 listings, I would say on average, maybe $3,000 to $5,000. So it is a significant amount of money, but the question is always, is it worth it? Will it deliver a good return on investment? So we look at your property and we say, okay, so this is the cost. What are the odds that it is going to sell 2% more or 3% more or a month faster? And is that going to be worth it? In most cases, the answer to that question is yes. So we always have a professional stager involved. And if we end up renting a lot of furniture, the cost of that can be rolled into the sale of the property. I hope that gave you a good overview about staging. If you want to talk more, or if you're interested in this particular condo, feel free to give me a call. You have my number here on the screen. Just don't be surprised if I pick up, because that's what I do. That's all I had for you today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.